We're usually blessed that it falls at some point in the festival. And even if it doesn't, we tend to celebrate it during the festival. But this time it actually falls right at the very beginning, which is so, so beautiful. Those of you coming by the way, please feel free to come up to the front. There's plenty of chairs in the front. There's also grass. Feel free to sit and be anywhere. Holy, as we were talking about on the banks of Ganga and Arti, for those of you who were there to witness the Rishikumars special performance, is this beautiful holiday of the vanquishing of evil by good, of darkness by light. In just a little while, we're going to light this beautiful fire. Pujya Swamiji will come and grace us with his presence. We'll light it. We'll have beautiful drumming after that with Sivamani ji and Runa ji and some holy evening, full moon night, sacred dancing. But what's the meaning of it? It's not just a campfire. It's not just a fun experience. It's got a very sacred and very beautiful meaning, which goes back to the story of the king, Hiranyakashipu. This ego-filled, arrogance-filled, illusion-filled, darkness-filled king who thought that everyone should only worship him. He had gotten a boon from the divine, from all of his sadhana, that he thought made him immortal. He had asked for a boon of immortality, obviously had been told, no can do, that which is created must disintegrate, degenerate, go back to the elements. It's the nature of nature. But he then got this boon that he cannot be killed in the day or the night, inside or outside, by man or by animal. And so he thought, all right, done. I'm basically immortal anyway. Nothing can kill me. Can't be killed anywhere, at any time, by anything. So I'm essentially immortal. And in that ignorance, in that illusion of the ego, his vision got really, 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 really narrow, as happens to us when we get lost in illusion, lost in ego. And he had a son named Prahlad, who was this extraordinary being, a devotee so close to God, such a lover of God, that just from his childhood lips came the chanting and the singing of the name of God. And everybody his father sent to try to talk some sense into the boy. Because as you can imagine, it was a pretty humiliating situation for a king who's insisting that everybody only worship him, to have his own son singing and dancing the names and praises of God. And so he tried everything to convince this boy, do not worship God, only worship your father. But devotion has a power of its own. We say bhakti ki shakti, the power of love. And so no matter who came to try to influence Prahlad, he ended up influencing them instead. Tutor after tutor, schoolmate after schoolmate, teacher after teacher, advisor after advisor was so touched. Sandeep ji, aap jaake usko band kara dijiyega. Just, they also started singing God's name. They were so touched by that love. Finally, he decided this boy must die. Now you imagine what kind of narrow vision, what kind of ignorance what kind of ego he must have been in to value his own position more than the life of his son. But he did. And then, of course, Bhakti Ki Shakti, that power of devotion, the power of grace, is ever flowering, because no matter what he did to try to kill his son, the boy lived. Because, of course, evil doesn't really have power over goodness. Darkness doesn't have power over light. The king had a sister named Holika, hence the name of the holiday. And Holika was just as much of a demoness as her brother was a demon, just as filled with that ego, that arrogance, that darkness. Not because it's in DNA, not because you get it genetically, but it's contagious. As anyone who's ever been around someone who's full of that negativity knows, you start to feel like, ugh, not energy I want to be in. And in the same way, his energy had impacted her. So she got a boon. She got a boon that she had a shawl, that shawl could never be burned. And if she was wrapped in that shawl, she would never be burned. So she came to the aid of her brother to teach that boy a lesson, to get rid of this son who just wouldn't stop praying to God, who wouldn't stop loving God, who wouldn't start worshiping the king instead of God. And she grabbed the boy and she put him in her lap. She wrapped herself in the shawl and they sat in a fire, thinking the boy will die, Prahlad will die, she will be saved. But a gust of wind came and blew the shawl off of her onto Prahlad. He was saved, she was burned. And we celebrate Holi, we celebrate this fire as a way of honoring, celebrating the vanquishing of darkness by light, of evil by good, of ignorance by wisdom. But we also celebrate it not just as a celebration of something that happened, but as an opportunity for each of us to ask ourselves, where in me is darkness winning out? Where in me do I have that Holika tendency or Hiranyakashipu tendency? Where am I being dictated? Where am I being dictated in my own life, in my heart, by ego, by arrogance, by ignorance? And how can I offer that to the fire and let it burn that in me that's keeping me from living in that truth of the divinity of who I am? Because no darkness is who I am. In the beautiful Vedic tradition, the tradition we call Sanatan Dharma, we believe that the core of who you are is divine, that we've been created not just by the Creator, but of the Creator. And so all of that you would call ego, illusion, ignorance, that's the darkness. It's not evil, it's not at the core of who you are. It's just this covering, it's a false identification. We'll go into more of all of that as the week goes by. But for tonight, we'll do a short meditation together, and then we'll come and we'll offer into the fire that within us that is keeping us from living as who we are, as an embodiment of the divine, as a manifestation of the divine, as truth, as love, as consciousness, as oneness. All of that illusion of separation, all of that ego, all of that that says, this is who I am, and that keeps us separate from others, separate from God. Anger, grudges, pain, judgments, all of that. We offer it to the fire. It's a very, very auspicious night to become free. A very auspicious night to become a clear channel for that flow of grace. One of the things everybody always asks is, how can I have more grace in my life? Well, grace is there. It's not about more grace, less grace. It's like, how can I have, more air? It's here. The problem is we have clogged up our channel. And so in medical terms, you have a heart attack when your blood vessels are full of plaque. Heart attack isn't because you don't have blood. It's because the blood vessel is full of junk. And so that blood cannot flow, so you have a heart attack. And spiritually, we have a heart attack, spiritual heart attack, when our inner channel is full of that ignorance, what we call avidya or agyan. That ignorance, thinking that we are the body, its size, its shape, its color, its race, its religion, its story, its history, its challenges, its conflicts, its pain, thinking that I am that. And we hold on. And so then we don't feel the flow of grace. Not because it isn't there, but because our channel is full. So this is a night to empty yourself. A night to offer into this sacred fire that which is blocking your channel. And the last piece, which is really so special about tonight, is it's a full moon. And what I love about the full moon is we look up and it's so beautiful. And its light shines and it shows us the way and it guides. Long before we had GPS in our mobiles, it guided people home out of the forest, sailors back to the shore. And yet, the moon doesn't actually have any light of its own. It's a lightless piece of rock floating in the atmosphere, in our orbit. The moon doesn't change shape. It never actually goes from being a circle when it's full to being a sliver to being nothing, what we would call Amavasya, or the new moon, or a moonless night. It doesn't change shape. The moon is always the same. It's always the same shape. All that happens is the moon goes in and out of alignment in its orbit between the sun and the earth. Because the moon is shining, reflecting the light of the sun upon us. And a full moon is when the moon is, you could say, in perfect alignment, able to reflect all of that light with every bit of its being onto us. And a moonless night is when you could say, she's gone out of alignment. And so as we look up at the full moon, we ask ourselves, if I'm not able to shine the light that I want on the world, if I'm not able to be that embodiment of the light that I want to be, where have I gone out of alignment? And how can I get back in alignment? That it's not, oh, I better have more light, get more light. It's simply about, how do I get back in alignment? So tonight, we have the opportunity to get back in alignment by letting go of that which is blocking us. And as Pujya Swamiji's come to bless us, we'll gather for the meditation, for sacred chanting, and then for the offering into this fire of all of that that's blocking up our inner channel. Because you're here in this sacred land, this land that is such an energy vortex of awakening, of enlightenment, of truth, of wisdom, of light. You're here to clear your channel so it can flow through you, as you, for everyone. Let us all close our eyes and just take a moment and allow yourself to really arrive here. Your body's here, but allow your awareness, your presence, your attention and intention to fully arrive. And to bring us into that sacred space of meditation, I'll ask Param Pujya Swamiji to chant sacred mantras, and then we'll go through a full moon holy meditation before coming to the fire.
Mangalam Bhagavan Vishnu Mangalam Garuda Dhwaja Mangalam Pundarikaksho Mangalayatanu Harihi Sarvamangalamangalye Shive Sarvat Sadhike Sharanye Trambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. Narayani Namostute. Narayani Namostute. Oh सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय। मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय। त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता। त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता। त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता। शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति।
allow that awareness to just keep flowing deeper and deeper within you. As you exhale, on each exhalation, allow yourself to let go. Let go of another false identity you're holding on to. Let go of another story you're telling yourself. Let go of a belief you've convinced yourself is true, but isn't. Let go of the patterns of thoughts that keep you stuck, that take you astray, out of orbit, out of alignment. Let go of the identification with who you think you are. With the physical body, the history, the roles and relationships. As you exhale, just gently breathe them back out into the universe and allow yourself to sink deeper and deeper into the spaciousness of infinite consciousness, unbound by story, unbound by identification, unbound by patterns of thought. Just sink with each exhalation deeper and deeper into your true self. Allow the energy of Mother Ganga, that power of the Mother Goddess, to flow through you, carried on your breath. And as you inhale, feel as though you are literally breathing in the waters of Mother Ganga that come in and wash through you, resting from within you all of that falsehood, all of that attachment, all of that ignorance. So as you inhale, feel Mother Ganga flow in. And as you exhale, allow yourself to just let it all go into her waters, back out into the universe. Feel her flowing into and through every nook and cranny of the physical body, of the energetic body, pulling into her waters all of that you've experienced in your life that has led to pain or anger, grudges, resentment, sadness, guilt, shame. All of that, she's flowing through you. This wildly rushing mother goddess river. Pulling into her waters all of that. And all of your ways of thinking about it. All of the boxes we use to identify ourselves. She just rushes through that, toppling them all. And as we exhale, we let go. We surrender it into her waters. And we sink deeper and deeper, freer and freer on each exhalation. As you are meditating, allow your hands, or at least one of them, to be open on your knee or in your lap. And one of our beautiful Rishikumars or Acharyas will come and put a sacred seed of Supati into your hands. Acharya ji Rishikumaro sabke haath mein dheere dheere dete jayenge. And just allow it to be Holy Mother Goddess Ganga to flow through you. When we bathe in her waters, it's not just the body she washes over, but she washes through us, freeing us of not only days of dirt on the skin, but lifetimes of ignorance, of fear, of attachment, of illusion, of anger. She frees us of all that in her waters. But we have to be prepared to let it go. So as you exhale and let go, feel yourself being supported and held and nourished and nurtured by Mother Earth, Mother Nature, this sacred land, the sacred Himalayas. Feel them holding you. It's okay to let go. You are being held. And as we exhale, we feel ourselves coming back into alignment with that divine light that we can then reflect onto the world around us like the moon. We feel ourselves becoming full in that light. As we gently exhale, letting go of that which is pulling us away from our true self. Exhaling and letting go. To the sound of sacred mantras being chanted, we will come to the fire. We'll light the fire on this auspicious day. And then we will offer, whenever we're ready, that supati nut, that symbol of all of that within us that makes us nutty, that makes us truly live in the craziness of ignorance and illusion. And we offer it as a seed, the seed of that ignorance and illusion. And beneath the full moon, we allow ourselves to surrender into freedom. That is our birthright, and that is the possibility and the potential and the experience here in this sacred land.
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मोक्षे यमामृतात्।
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्।
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मोक्षे यमामृतात्।
ॐ चन्द्रमा मनसो जातचक्षोः सूर्यो अजायत श्रोत्राद्वायुश्च प्राणश्च मुखादग्निरजायत। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम्
उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मोक्षे यमामृतात्।
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्।
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मोक्षे यमामृतात्।
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्।
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मोक्षे यमामृतात्।
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्।
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मोक्षे यमामृतात्।
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मोक्षीयमामृतात्
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मोक्षीयमामृतात्
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मोक्षीयमामृतात्
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मोक्षीयमामृतात्
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मोक्षीयमामृतात्
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मोक्षीयमामृतात्
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मोक्षीयमामृतात्
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मोक्षीयमामृतात्
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मोक्षीयमामृतात्
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम्
As you're walking around the fire, placing your offering, just be sure to stay a little bit more back. Maybe the circle can just spread out a little bit. And then find a beautiful place. It can be the same place you were before. It can be a different place. It can be standing or sitting or a chair or the floor, as we allow ourselves to be moved on every level by Sivamaniji's sacred drumming.
Zubin, hello, check. Can you just bring it up, this microphone, please? Check one, bring it up. Had some bottom in, yeah, bring it. Bottom in, please.
क्या सुर है? सुर दीजिए थोड़ा सा, जो भी।
लो
सी।
आज बिरज में, आज बिरज में, आज
Rishikesh.